Just in town.
Ginger spice. It's spicy.
I took tomatoes and I'm 80 years old.
But are they too hot for the Prime Minister to meet them?
I mean, he's out of his depth. His speed is Kamal.
Well, he should spice up his life a bit.
Minister.
He's a personality-free song.
He needs to get in there with the groove.
Well, wherever they go, the Spice Girls are in hot demand. It seems the whole world wants to meet the pop sensations. Presidents, Prime Ministers, even princes. But there's one big exception, and that's our very own PM, John Howard. On holidays, he obviously feels there's enough spice in his life. He's knocked back an invitation to rub shoulders with the Spice Girls when they arrive in Australia this weekend. Here's Emma Alberici with the politics of pop.
Can you see John Howard boogieing to Spice Girls music?
Sure,
Yeah.
Sure, he would probably get into it, I think.
Do you want to be my lover?
I think John's really black.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
As it turns out, John Howard is not a Spice Girl fan. Invited to meet the Funky Five, our PM taking his annual holiday politely declined.
I think just terrible.
Most blokes, I imagine, would love to meet the Spice Girls.
Maybe that's the point, isn't it? Is John Howard a bloke?
I think it's a disgrace myself.
A national disgrace?
It's a poor showing, definitely.
I think it's outrageous.
I'm surprised they'd even really want to meet John Howard.
The issue that's dividing a nation. It's not WIC, not the economy or the GST. It's girl power.
He deserves a break, and to break his holiday, to come back to meet anyone, whether it's a pop group or do a radio interview or meet a foreign dignitary, unless you lock out a period of time in your calendar and say, this is my break, unless you do that as a senior politician, you will never get a break at all.
They were good enough for Prince Charles and his sons William and Harry. They were good enough for South African President Nelson Mandela. But our PM says it would simply be inappropriate for him to meet the Spice Girls. Not surprisingly, Howard's sparring partner Kim Beazley disagrees.
So I would have clung to the visit of the Spice Girls if I were he, like a drowning man does to a lifebelt. But he has spurned this particular lifebelt, and bad luck to him.
Shadow Treasurer Gareth Evans never passes up an opportunity to show off his tongue.
Look, I think Howard knows very well that he probably risks more by actually meeting them and being photographed with them. I mean, he'd look about as comfortable as I would stage diving into a mosh pit at a Silverchair concert.
And what does the youngest person in Parliament, Natasha Stott-Despoja, think about all of this?
Well, I think John Howard should lighten up. I think it's a bit silly refusing to meet the Spice Girls. I think he could probably do with a bit of spice in his life.
Well, the issue has even divided John Howard's own party, with Jeff Kennett and Bronwyn Bishop admitting a fondness for the pop princesses.
I'm looking forward to meeting them. I mean, I think they are a remarkable group of individuals. Their marketing machine, I'd like to have 10% of.
Well, I don't know that I have a favourite, but I think their names are quite fun.
Ginger, sporty, scary, baby and posh will arrive in Australia this weekend to promote their new movie. But while they have a big following here, don't count on seeing John Howard in your local cinema.
I reckon he should go jump in the lake.
Who should? John Howard?
Howard, of course. Who was he to not beat the Spice Girls? Prince Charles met the Spice Girls, didn't he? Everybody else
Nelson Mandela met them too.
And who's better men than ever John Howard was.
With an election looming this year and the polls indicating the punters are in a volatile mood, can John Howard afford to ignore them?
No, because none of the young people vote, right?
But they will be voting soon.
Oh, Howard won't be there then.
Let's see the campaign, re-election, maybe use a Spice Girls song. That'd get him re-elected, for sure.
I mean, he's out of his depth. His speed is Kamal, Cliff Richard, Pat Boone. It isn't the Spice Girls. I think he knows it, we all know that, and I think he's better off in Hawk's Nest.